Hey, this is the strategy to building your credit. So look, I'm gonna give you a little bit of my personal background. So I went from I know the title says 580 to 742, but um, you feel me? I'm gonna need them clicks, my nigga. You feel me? So no, I was just playing, but nah, I went from a 653 to a 742 in only like less than 8 months. So I'm not saying I'm an expert or anything, but I do know like credit is it can be really powerful. So if you wanted to, you can get like a loan, right? Let's say you wanted a loan from a bank. Boom, you know what you're gonna do with it though. So you're gonna put it into a business, you're gonna put it into a property or rental property, you're gonna put it into a business that you know is scalable. You can scale that business and you know it's cash flow, and you know you're gonna get a return on investment from it using OPM, equal, which is other people using other people's money. So you're in this situation, you're using the bank's money in order to get wealthier or to get just more income or whatever, you know. So I'm gonna just give you the general like strategy on building credit. Number one, pick 1 to 2 small like reoccurring experiences. So uh, specifically, you could probably just do, let's say you got like a small credit limit, right? You could do just strictly gas. You could do just strictly snacks, whatever snacks that you usually buy or something like that, whatever your gas is. Boom. Just small stuff, you know, small things. Only use, you could use under 30%. I would say personally, I think less is better. 10% and under. 10% is better, I ain't gonna lie. 10% and under that should be like the amount of money that you use. So whatever your credit limit is, times that times 10%, that's the number that you need to be using, that you could only be spending. uh, Whatever your credit limit is, you could do times 30. That's as much money as you need to be spending, and make sure you have the money. Don't spend money that you don't have. Like, make sure you have it, like it's liquid, meaning like you can use that money immediately. Like you really have that money. It's not money that you're waiting on, that, oh, I know I'm gonna get paid on Friday, so I'm gonna be straight. No, don't use money that you feel like or you think you're gonna have. Like, no, use money that you know you have. It's yours. You know what I'm saying? So don't spend money that you do not have. Like, please don't do that. And I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just giving you a little bit of game that I learned reading books off of just everything I learned. You feel me? I learned off a bunch of different things. So this is just what a couple things that I learned along the way, and it's worked. I really put it into action to really make it happen, and it's been working too. So, um, number two, let the charges sit until the closing date, until the statement closing date. Okay, so by you doing this, so there's a difference though. There's a statement closing date, and then there's a due date. A statement closing date is it shows the credit bureaus like how much of the card are you utilizing. So you want them to see like that you are utilizing the card, but you're being responsible with it. So it's really a relationship thing at the end of the day. Yeah. So let it sit on there until the statement closing date. Boom. And you can pay it off. You can even pay it off early, really. If you, let's say if you paid let's say you use what, 50% of your credit limit, of your total credit limit, you can pay most of the before the closing date. And if you want, you could leave like, but not all of it. So you could leave like I said, 10%. So you could leave 10% up in there, or you could do less. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna see like, okay, he's using the card, he's being responsible. He or she is being responsible. They know how to manage their money. You know, they're not just wildly just spending money that they don't have, and you know, because that leads into debt. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Number three, pay it off before your due date. So pay the remaining amount in full. I suggest, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I suggest like automate everything. Automate all your investments, automate all your savings, automate anything that you gotta pay off. Automate your your payments. You know what I'm saying? So even let's just say, bro, what I would say also, another pro tip, like, nigga, check your bank account every day. So make sure you know, like I know off the top of my dome when my due date is and when my statement closing date is on all my accounts, on all my different banks. I know on all of them what days like the due dates are and the statement closing dates are. And if you want to make it more organized and easier for you, you could really like you could switch the due dates the way you want it to, you know. So, or you could call up the bank, you could let them know, hey, I want to switch my due date to this day or my statement closing date or whatever. Boom. So just make it easier for yourself so that you know, but know it by your like by heart. Know it by heart. You know what I'm saying? What your due date is, and that you don't miss a payment. You set up bro. Why can't I talk? Set up bro. I don't know why I'm struggling. Automate your payments. Damn. Paying your account or paying your card off in full every due date every single time. That's why automated payments are important as well. If you want to, you could pay it off early. Me personally, I'd be paying it off early. I ain't gonna lie. I pay it off early, or by the statement closing day. Let it sit there. Let the credit bureau see that I'm utilizing just less than 10%. Boom, they see that. They're like, okay, he's using it responsibly. Boom, I gain trust with them, and yeah, you feel me? Credit score gonna go up, man. You did? Yeah, you know, if you wanna pay the due date or the statement closing date earlier before that, you know, I mean, it might be slower to build your credit, but it will work though. Your credit will still go up because they'll see like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not overspending. They're not overspending their credit card or anything like that. So it's really just responsible acts. Spend money that you have. Please, like, do not spend money you don't have. Like that is probably one of the worst things you could do. I ain't gonna lie. You're just like putting yourself into debt at that point, you know. Keep utilizing low, build good habits so the bank knows that you're responsible with your money, you're trustworthy with your money. Because think about it like this: if you wanted to get a loan, right, why would a bank give you a loan, a big loan, $100,000, $25,000, whatever amount, $1,000, even a million, a billion? Why would they trust you if you can't even handle keeping up with a credit card? You know what I'm saying? So it just shows like they trust you with that. They trust you like, okay, he seems reliable. They seem reliable. They seem like they know what they're doing. So now I'm gonna talk about what the percentages of what your credit like really consists of. So there's credit utilization, there's credit age, there's credit mix, payment history, inquiries, you know. There's some things that you cannot control, that's not really in your control, but what you can control is your utilization and your credit age and your payment history. Your payment history takes up like 35% of your credit score, so it's a pretty big chunk, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you have no late payments and you know you're paying in full before the due date. Credit utilization takes up 30% of your credit score. So, and credit age, I would say another big thing is really credit age too, because it takes up 15% of your credit score. But I know, let's say you're new to credit, right? Boom, get your credit's good. Let's say you get a 720 credit score or something like that, right? But you're new. Let's say you've been doing it for like 3 months or something, right? And you wanted to get $100,000 loan. They're not gonna trust you. Like, well, you're new to this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not true to this. You know, they're not gonna trust you with $100,000 loan. You only been here for 3 months. Anybody could do that. Let's see if you could be in here the long term, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years, 10 years with good credit. Oh hell yeah, we're gonna give you that. You know what I'm saying? They can't trust like somebody, a beginner with a big loan. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure credit age is important. You know, this isn't quick get rich quick. You know, I think wealth is not a get rich quick thing. I think anybody who's really like rich right now isn't like a get rich quick, unless it's like music or something, or just, you know, there's a couple of things, but I would say quick money isn't usually always the best money to get. You know, there's good money and there's bad money. You know, you just gotta pick and choose what type of money you want. There's legal money, there's illegal, and there's quick money, there's slow money. But low key, slow progress is better than no progress, man. Because you can get the quick money, but can you keep it? And you could lose it all in one day. You could lose it instantly too. So it just depends what you want to do and what you're going to do, you know. But back to it. So credit mix takes up 10% of your credit score. And finally, the inquiries take up 10%. So in general, the points that you can control is like 550. You know, and that's in your control. So it's the credit age, payment history, and credit utilization. So I mean, yeah. Other than that, that's credit though. But you gotta play chess, not checkers. You know, get your mind right so you can shine bright though. You know what I'm saying? So just that's why I be saying like investing into your knowledge, investing into your spirituality, invest into your time into the Lord, investing your time into just educating yourself, educating or investing your time into just getting your body right, because health is wealth too. You know, so all of that kind of just correlates together and just helps you become a better individual over time. You know, being the best version of yourself that you can be. You know, so yeah, it's just a little game, little sauce on credit. You know, credit can be powerful. I know a lot of kids my age. I'm 19. I know a lot of kids my age in college right now that use their credit and they don't know how to use it, and they accumulate debt on top of college debt as well. So I'm just trying to spread a little gems of knowledge to y'all, and maybe I can help y'all. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody asked me about credit, somebody close to me, right? And I was like, okay, boom, do this, do that, boom, 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 boom. I'm trying to give her the knowledge on how to build her credit. She was like, bro, my credit score went from I think she said a 580 to a 702. She didn't know about none of this. You know, a lot of people, I think they use their credit and they don't know how to use it. They get a credit card and they don't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't know. You know, a lot of people don't know they don't know just financial literacy. So that's why I'm here. I'm a young nigga trying to give it to you though, you know? So yeah, that's just a little game on credit, you know? So I'm gonna catch you on the next video though. And my bad, I almost forgot something as well. Let's say, boom, you get your first credit card, right? You could wait, I would say like 5 to 6 months just to be on the safe side. So wait like 5 to 6 months, you can ask for a credit increase, right? So now you got more leverage, you have more money to play with, if that makes sense. I hope what I'm saying is like making sense. But you can ask for a credit increase, a credit limit increase. Boom, now you have a little bit more breathing room to use your money for whatever expenses that you have, you know? So boom, you could do that. And then I would say after like 6 months, but there's a time period, so do it from 5 to 6 months. Boom, that'll help you out a little bit. And then once you get one credit card, bro, wait 6 months. Boom, after 6 months, then you get a second credit card. Don't get a credit card, okay, I'm gonna get like 5 credit cards all at once. No, that's gonna fuck you up. I ain't gonna hold you. That's gonna fuck you up, man. So get one credit card, boom. Wait 6 months, get that little increase or whatever, boom, then get a second one. Boom, now you got a second one. Then just keep rinsing, repeating. Keep doing the same thing that you already been doing. If you know how to if you've been maintaining your credit card well, and your credit score been going up, and you've been paying it off every time in full, automatic payments, you've been just using it responsibly, boom, then you can get your second one, and then you can yeah, manage both of them, you know what I'm saying? And just rinse and repeat, really. So that's a little game that I got, you know. That's what's been working, you know. So now I'm gonna say peace.